This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be talking about the Nomadix Ultralight towel, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So kicking things off, we'll just chat a little bit about the materials here first. We've got 88% recycled polyester and then 12% nylon. So that's similar to what we saw with the original towel. I believe the ratio for that was 90-10 with the same materials. So very similar materials, but this one is quite a bit thinner, which we will get into. But before we dive in too much, I just wanted to showcase the only place that there is a logo on this towel is on this little black tab here. So that's the Nomadix logo on the back side there. And then on this side, it says own more, do less. So this is about, the size that it folds down to. I've got just a rubber band around it right now. I could probably get it a little bit tighter if I tried to, but this is just like a standard, roll it up, not super efficiently, but just get it done. As you can see, it fits into the palm of my hand, fits nicely into a larger sling, or no problem in a day pack or a travel pack. So we'll undo this now so you can see the colorway a bit more. So there are only about 12 colorways available for this towel, which by Nomadix standards are it's pretty light on the colorway side. There's some of their other towels have, over 100 colorways, and at the time there's only 12 for this one, so maybe there'll be more later, or they'll bring some from other models down to this model. But this measures out to be 54 inches by 30 inches, which is about the size of a standard bath towel, a little bit smaller, but it's a good size. You're not really gonna notice any big difference when you're using it as a towel. If you were to lie it out and try to lie down on it, if you're taller like I am, about 6 foot, I can bring my knees up and sit with my feet and my bottom on the towel, but my hands leaning back will not be on the towel, so I can't stretch out on the towel, obviously. But I think it really does do a good job from its size to weight standpoint. So comparing it to the original towel, which is kind of like its big sibling, it is 75% of the size, but half the weight. So that means this weighs 8 ounces and the original towel weighs 16 ounces. So it does do very well on size to weight ratio, but it is very thin. I'm not sure how well you can see its thinness, but it is a very thin towel. If you're sitting on it and there's any rocks or anything like that below you, you can really feel them, which is to be expected with a more packable towel, but worth noting all the same. So we'll flip this over now so you can see this little loop. So all the Nomadix towels we have tested have this little loop, and it's located in the center of the towel. So that way when you bring it up, you kind of get half of the fabric on each side, so that way it doesn't dangle down too much. And it's nice to have that option so you can hang it from a day pack, you can hang it from travel backpack, whatever you want to hang it from. Attaching a carabiner to it's really easy, really nice to have that option to clip it onto things to let it air dry. Because a lot of times when you use this towel, you might not necessarily have access to a dryer, whether you're swimming or you're camping, hiking, whatever it is that you're doing. As far as picking up water, this towel works very well in my opinion, especially for its size. If you're just using it as after a shower or something, it wipes off very quickly and easily, kind of similar to a bath towel at home. It's not going to pick up as much water. So if you are, completely soaked and you haven't rinsed out your hair or anything like that yet, it may get waterlogged and won't dry off as efficiently. But for most use cases, I think that this towel will work for you just fine. It does pick up dirt and, whatever's on the ground pretty well, but the fibers of the towel are really, really tightly woven. So there really isn't room for dirt and whatever else to get into the fibers of the towel. So you don't really have to worry about that. And if you just shake it out, if you just give it a good toss, pretty much everything is going to come off of there, at least in my experience. And the last thing to note is that it is machine washable. You can just toss it in the washing machine, which is a good plus. You can also put it in the dryer according to the tag. We did not do that just because we don't like to dry things if we can help it from an environmental standpoint. At least me personally, I should say. But it air dried fairly quickly as well. I think that plays into with the really thin material, especially if you put it outside and there's any wind or if it's a warm day. But overall, very happy with how this towel performed. And the only thing that you might not particularly love about it is the size compared to some other packable towels. It is, as you can see, it fits in my palm of my hand, and as I mentioned earlier, but for some people that's just not small enough. There are smaller options from other companies out there. But there you have it, the Nomadix Ultralight towel. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.